you're seeing me. This is a general message for whoever needs to hear this. Welcome in. Just gonna shuffle a little bit, get the cards ready. We'll see whatever comes through. If it resonates, great. If something does not resonate, all right, keep it moving. You know, you don't have to take everything. Just take what feels right, what makes sense for your situation. And this is my first time. All right. What messages do you have for us today, spirits? All right, let's go with it. Five of Wands. And that. All right. So by the looks of it, it looks like some healing is going on within your life. There may have been some deception, some conflict, arguments, disagreements, and it's looking like you put your foot down with this Queen of Swords and you're not taking that mess anymore. Whatever this conflict, this interference, this chaos, drama, any of that, and it could be work, family, friends, love, whatever. It's looking like you're putting your foot down because you deserve to heal, you deserve to be happy, deserve to have peace in your life, and anything that is causing that with the Four of Cups, you're saying no to. So that's setting up boundaries, cutting people off. Even it can be hard sometimes, it can be rough, it can be difficult, it can be tough, challenging to do that, but at the end of the day, you are your main priority, and your happiness, your peace is above all else the most important thing in your life, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So let's see what this conflict may be. What's going on in your life? What conflicts, drama, who is that having to do with? This could be online drama, something online, social media, beef or whatever. Negativity, it could be online. If you work online, conflict with that, maybe deception, sneaky links. I'm not throwing shots, but that's what it's feeling like. But it could be related to any area of your life, but at the end of the day, you're the one that has to set those boundaries, cut the ties to whatever toxicity is in your life. You're the one that has to say no and reject that, because at the end of the day, it is your life. Yeah, because your healing is most important at the end of the day. So you could be going through a tough chapter that has been causing chaos for quite some time. You know, cycles repeat until we learn the lesson. So there was a lesson that you needed to learn, and that lesson is revolving around self-worth, with which I think a lot of us are dealing with in our own lives. That energy of just standing up, seeing your worth, saying, you know, this is not okay, I can't take this anymore, I need and deserve better. And so in order for that cycle to come to a close, yeah, you got to see your worth. I read energy, so whatever gender, doesn't matter. It's just energy of seeing yourself on the pedestal, putting yourself on your throne, putting your crown on and saying, I deserve better, and ending whatever, yeah, like working on yourself, getting your shit together, and realizing that whatever is harming you is holding you back. It's keeping you from your ultimate potential. And with the Star card, like, that calls for healing, for going within, and, you know, whatever this chaos, drama, deception, conflict is, it does leave scars. Even if, you know, you can tell yourself over and over again it's not that deep, but at the end of the day, it's gonna leave some type of imprint on you. And the only way to get away from that is to end it, to put an end to it, to cut it off and say, you know, I'm not doing this anymore, to turn away from it. Because you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. You know, like when you get a physical illness, like a cold, the flu, anything like that, like you gotta rest. You gotta step away from everything and give your body a break, a chance to recover. It's the same thing with energy, mentally, emotionally. It's the same thing. You have to give yourself a break. Something has to change so that you can move on to what you deserve and heal whatever has been affecting you. Let's see what else comes out. What else is happening for my readers? Let's get one more. Okay. Or fucking four. Let's pull these up. So there's an energy of being on your throne, seeing yourself as the prize. You know, being in your power, being confident, choosing yourself. Which when you're in, you know, negative situations for a very long time, it can be hard to see that within yourself. But it's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible. It requires healing. It requires letting go of the past. It requires, you know, not sacrificing yourself, not, you know, putting yourself on the back burner, because at the end of the day, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't drain yourself dry and expect to feel good, because then you have nothing left for yourself. We also have the King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, as well as the Two of Swords. There may be something regarding, I want to say a masculine energy. This could be a father, brother, son, or anyone that carries masculine energy within your life, that maybe there's something you're not seeing or choosing not to see. I know, like, when it comes to family especially, we can put on rose-colored glasses and, you know, you want the best for them, you want to see the best in them, but sometimes, you know, it's not worth it if it's going to cost you your peace. If it's weighing you down, putting you down, you have to choose yourself ultimately. And sometimes that means losing people. Sometimes that means things coming to an end, things coming to a close. But at the end of the day, your peace is worth it. Your confidence is worth it, because every one of us is worthy of everything we dream of, everything we desire. But a lot of what is surrounding us, anything that's weighing us down, anything that's holding us back, will block those blessings. Let's see what the bottom of the deck is. Yeah, the Devil. Something, yeah, there's something that is controlling you, that is chaining you. It could be a relationship. For anyone, like a love relationship, that maybe you think the person is not being, you know, maybe your counterpart is not being who you need them to be. Maybe they're not treating you right, and you deserve better. Because the King and Queen of Wands are a pair. They are, you know, the King and the Queen. And so it's looking like the masculine side of the pair is unbalanced. It could be someone with a big ego, someone who is selfish and controlling, and it's got you on a chain. It's got you on a leash, and you don't need to be on a leash. You should be free. I don't know if I need to cover that up. Bodies. But you shouldn't be on a leash, and it's causing you distress. It's causing you anxiety, sleepless nights. Could be overwhelming. I definitely get that. But at the end of the day, you know, you deserve freedom. You have to say, like, I deserve better than this. You have to see your own self-worth, because if you ignore the problem, if you continue to not talk about the elephant in the room, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to get better. You know, maybe you've been taking your time with this. Maybe you've been waiting it out, hoping things will change, things will change, things will change, and they don't. They don't change. It's the same thing every single time. You keep saying, it'll be different next time. It won't be. Whatever it is you're going through, I promise you that if it's destroying your peace, if it's causing you stress, distress, if it's making you unhappy, then it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Being alone, whether that's single, without a family, whatever, being alone is better than being with people who make you feel alone 1,000 times. So, let's get some guidance from the universe, some advice to see what you can do moving forward. But yeah, your peace is always the priority in every single situation, in everything you do, your happiness. Because if you're doing something and it's not making you happy, then it's not worth it. If you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor, then it's not worth it. At the end of every day, self over everything, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Right? Guidance, spirit, please. Any guidance? Jesus. A lot of guidance. All right. Let's see. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So trust in spirit. Have faith, even if it's the size of a grain of rice. Even if you just put it in the back of your mind, just wake up every day, or even before you go to bed, just say, I trust in the universe. I have faith in the universe. You know, that's all you need. Just start with that. It doesn't have to be like you fully believe, you fully trust with your entire being. Like, at least if you have a little sliver of hope that things can get better, even if you can't fully say like, yes, I believe things will get better, you could just say maybe things will get better. And just having that little piece of hope, that little crack, it'll allow for some light to get in. And when a little bit of light gets in, you'll start seeing more blessings, more things to be grateful for. It just starts with one little sliver of hope. So start with that. See what else. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Yeah. You deserve to be free. You deserve to feel free. You deserve to be able to live an authentic life where you can be yourself. Anything that holds you down, that ties you up, that limits you, it's not going to allow you to be your true self, and that can suffocate your soul. You'll never find happiness if your soul is suffocating, okay? You'll never find true happiness if you're not following your heart and, you know, trusting in what will come, because it's always going to work out for you in the end. It may not be what you originally hoped for. It's going to happen in a different way, because at the end of the day, we can't control things outside of us. But just give it a shot. Just try having faith for a little bit and see how things improve. See what else. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Yeah. Joy can be addicting, but all you gotta do is just give it a shot. Give it a chance. Your inner child deserves a chance to be happy. If you had a rough childhood, you know, as a lot of us have, you know what it's like to live in fear and sadness. And now as an adult, if you are an adult, I mean, if you're older, I don't really know, but as an adult, you know, you have more control than you think of your life. And your inner child deserves to have happiness and joy that maybe you weren't given, but now you have the chance to give it to yourself. So I'm telling you, you just got to open up a little bit, just a little sliver of hope. A little bit of light will get in, and that's where it'll snowball. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. You need to go have some fun, my friend. Go have some fun. Go do something that caters to your inner child. Just one thing. Maybe just start with one thing that you used to love as a kid. It could be anything. Maybe even just a movie. Just watch a movie. Just give yourself a chance to laugh and to feel joy and to know what it's like to have fun again. Because maybe you've been stressing over whatever situation is going on, whatever has been feeling like a trap or making you feel stuck or restricted. Just give yourself a chance to laugh. Y'all, all right. Clearly we were just getting too into it because it cut me off. So what I was saying was, take some time to do something fun that maybe your inner child would have loved. The other cards are, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more, because there's always something that you can surrender again. Life is always throwing stuff at us. Things are always happening. So it's good to constantly like be releasing, be surrendering. Even at the end of the night, you can say like, I release the day, I release what happened, so you can sleep in peace and just not carry that weight with you. You also got, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. So, you know, whatever pain or hurt or trauma that you've experienced, you're allowed to let that go. You're allowed to heal from that and turn it into something, to alchemize it, whether it's an art, a sport that you do, maybe a passion you have, maybe you like speaking, whatever. Like, don't hold on to that stuff. Let it go. It's going to take time. It's not going to be easy, especially if it's trauma like that. Puts an imprint on you, but you can and will heal from it as long as you are open to it. And then I pulled some sticky notes. I already unfolded them. I already read them, but we're going to do it again. Take 2. So these could be significant signs for you, or they could be relevant to someone within your life. First we have, let me just do it this way, green eyes. So someone with green eyes could be significant. I miss you. Someone's missing you. June. So someone born in June or something that happened in June could be significant. Hot box. If you smoke, someone around you smokes, you know, not condoning it, but if that's what you do, that's what you do. Watch the sunset, sunrise. So that's a good way to like just connect with yourself, watching the sun rise or sunset. It's, you know, it happens every day, so it's something that you can look at every day and say, okay, there is beauty in this world, because regardless, the sun will always rise, the sun will always set, unless something happens, but it shouldn't. The letter N could be significant. Maybe your name starts with that, or someone you know, their name starts with that. Someone with black hair could be significant. Someone born in July or something that happened in July could be significant. And then someone with white hair. So, and then I pulled some fortune papers to just give a little bit of extra guidance for you before we end this. Let's see. You will soon be reunited with an old friend. You will soon be involved in many gatherings and parties. Soon, someone will make you very proud. So by the looks of it, very soon. Some good things are coming to you, but you have to be open to receive them. You have to have faith and hope so that you can have those things delivered to you. It's just like the post office. They can't deliver your mail if you don't have a mailing address, if you catch what I'm saying. So it literally starts with just one little sliver of hope. One tiny sliver. It could be the size of a grain of rice, but if you have that one little crack where some light can get through, then that light will expand eventually and you'll heal and you'll open up. So do something that honors your inner child, that makes you happy. It could be something like watching a funny movie, or something, drinking your favorite drink, or getting like a donut or a treat that you used to love as a kid. And so pour into yourself and things will improve. You just have to have hope, I promise. So thank you for chilling with me. Hope you have a good day. Sending you lots of love. Bye.